Okay, well, I want to thank Steve for coming in again. I certainly anticipated doing this more than what we've done since September. I believe this is the second time, and I won't blame Steve for that. That's my doings. It's been a very hectic, fall, and now obviously into the winter months. But it seemed like every time we tried to work around time to come in, either I was out of town or was just busy or whatnot. But at least we'll get one in now before Christmas. Before I begin, because I do want to go back through some of the stuff now that we've done in the past, but I guess it's on a sad note that we've recently have lost two of our former teachers that's been teaching in Burgeo. Wanda Skinner, or Wanda Brake as she's known as well, passed away a few weeks ago with cancer. Wanda taught at our school, Burgeo Academy, for 2 or 3 years. Also St. John Central I, and a remarkable woman, a very good teacher, dedicated, and certainly our thoughts and prayers are with her family at this time, especially at this time of the year. And obviously with the tragedy last weekend in Jordan, cannot imagine what Linda Vatra's family is going through. I've had the opportunity of meeting Linda on a couple of occasions. Didn't know a lot about her, but I can honestly say that over the years that I've been in Burgeo, I've heard a lot of good things about Linda as a teacher and as a person. And certainly over the last couple of days, and listening to the media and talking with some of her former students, again, a remarkable lady, and an absolute tragedy of what happened. And again, our condolences go out to both families, and certainly our thoughts and prayers are with the families at this time of the year. And on that note, I mean, this is a joyous time of the year. I mean, we are up on now a break, and know that the students and staff are looking forward to that, and the parents. And Christmas is a time to be with family and whatnot. But again, I just ask everybody to keep those two families in their thoughts and prayers. Since we've last chat, I'm sure I'm going to miss some things now, but I'll run down through some of the main things that we've done and a couple of things that's coming up. We've certainly had a lot of success with our boys and girls softball teams this year. While I think it was the boys team had some issues with the road when the road was washed out, getting out, they did get out. While they did not successful in winning the tournament, they did win the sportsmanship, the team sportsmanship award or banner, and to me that's as good as winning the tournament itself. So congratulations to the boys softball team on that. And I think it was a couple weekends after that, or the weekend after that, I believe, the girls softball team actually both traveled to Fairland. That's where both tournaments were held to. And the girls actually won the tournament. So as well as with the boys, congratulations to the girls on that. Also, since then, our boys and girls volleyball teams went to the regionals. They actually played very well in the regionals. Did not win the regional tournaments, so obviously they did not attend any provincials. But once again, they showed great sportsmanship, and it's one thing that our teams have been known for, in my opinion, for a number of years, is how well behaved that they are on these trips, how much fun that they have, win or lose, and they do represent our school very well. Fire Prevention Week went ahead, obviously, in November. Now, we were a little bit later in some of these sessions that our K-6 students were involved in at the fire hall, but at least it went ahead. And a big thank you to Ross and for helping to organize that. We had that same week, I forget the actual date, but that same week we were going to have something for our 7 to 12 students. We were going to have a mock demonstration in front of our school with a vehicle and if there was an accident or whatnot, and what that would look like. Actually, the weather didn't cooperate on that Friday, and it was getting late in the year. So right now we hope that sometime in the spring, certainly into May, can't go too late into June, obviously with exams, but we hope that that will go ahead. I think it's an excellent idea, and again, Ross Ann brought that to us. It was a little late last year, it was a little too late last year when they came up, but something that we wanted to do, and like I said, we hope that we get that in, and You know, I've seen it a number of times on various news channels where different schools and different communities actually do the mock scenario. And I know it was done in Burgeo a couple of years ago, but this one we want to tie it in with the school, and like I said, have that done in front of a parking lot. We've had a couple, 2 or 3 of our closeouts so far this year. We've got 1 or 2 more left, and I say 1 or 2 more because it's not decided if we will get to 2. Definitely be 1 more, and right now I do not have the dates in mind of when that will occur. So once we get back after the Christmas break, give us a couple weeks, then we should be getting close to setting up another closeout. And like I said, we will certainly let everyone know when that will be. We've also had a Remembrance Day assembly since we last chatted. I thought that was very well done by our choir and our students that were involved. It's a time to remember for those what they've done for us, the people who've lost their lives, and those that are still fighting for our safety. And going back to the tragedy of last week, I mean, we don't realize how safe, how secure that we are, and how fortunate that we are. Not saying that nothing can happen in Burgeo or Newfoundland or Canada, because it certainly can, but we have a lot of people to thank because or for what we're able to do. So Remembrance Day Assembly is something that we certainly look forward to, and again, it was a job well done by everybody. We've also started our Adopt a Grandparent program again. Right now, I think we've had 3 groups been at the seniors complex. I think our K-1 students, our 2 to 3 students, and our grade 12s have been there. We started this program, I'm going to say 2 or 3 years ago. At that time, we only had K-6 students involved. Last year, we had K-9. This year, we hope to do everybody in K-12. It's phenomenal, the feedback I've had from that, from Sandra Billard, from the teachers have gone up, and from some of the seniors themselves. They really look forward to it. The students enjoy it, and something that we're very proud that this program started when it did, and we certainly hope that will continue for many years to come. And no doubt, anything we can do to help our seniors is certainly very good as well. You'll notice that over the past, let's say month and a half or so, that right now we're set up with email. So we have like a class and a school email to send out to parents and guardians. It's just another avenue of making that connection with OHM. We still use channels 10, we still use channel 62. The Senry voice is still used, so in some cases you get the automated call for different events. The emails is another way, and also in the last few weeks, Mr. Ayer has been responsible for setting up a school Facebook page. So I'm not real familiar with Facebook, but again, it's just it's now 5 or 6 ways that we can promote what we're doing in our school, communicate with OHM. And the Facebook page, I would look more so as almost something like 62 way we set up in regards of the pictures that can be put on there. And right now that every student and every parent is getting consent for their child's picture to be placed like on 62 on social media and whatnot. So we certainly look forward to continue with that communication. And again, it's also an avenue for parents to make contact with us. I mean, the phone is by far the best way, but I mean, if you want to drop us a quick email, by all means you can do that. Actually, the email for us through Gmail, but if you take the teacher's full name, so for example mine would be Corey Penny, all lowercase, and it's nlesd.ca. So it's not gmail.com. It's at nlesd.ca, Newfoundland Labrador English School District. And again, that would be with any teacher. So you take their full name, all lowercase, all combined, and you can make contact with individual teachers. Talking about social media and whatnot, the school board and our school obviously continue with the digital citizenship program. And basically what that program is, it's been ongoing now, I think this is our 3rd year. It's a requirement from the school board, from the Department of Education. And basically it's various lessons that's set up for your primary, elementary, junior high, and senior high. And it's very simply, it's lessons about the importance, the seriousness and how to use social media properly. You know, if you're watching again any of the news stories, you know, there's a lot of bullying that's occurring on social media. Recently, I was watching the news with a finance minister, and you know, stuff that people have been saying to her. I mean, that's been publicized obviously because of her role, but I mean, this is happening with our students. This is happening with our parents. This is happening with a lot of adults, and it's something that we all need to be very careful of. The school board, like I said, the Department of Education is looking at teaching our students the proper way to do that. So as they grow into adults, hopefully that they get that lesson. But it's something that we are struggling with. It's not easy. You know, it's very well. It is easy to type some comment versus saying something to someone, and you know, I guess the bottom line is we really need to think about what we are putting on social media. I mean, once you put in someone's name, what's going to come after that? It can be very serious. And I'm not a lawyer, obviously, and the legal implications of that. You know, if someone want to push it, I think they got a case that they could. You know, they could bring that to the courts. They can cause some major concerns for people who are in what I consider doing illegal activities. So, again, parents, speak to your child about the importance of the social media, what they're putting on. You know, their Snapchat. I know there's way more stuff than what I know about, but I mean your Facebook, your Snapchat, and just regular email. To please be careful with what you're doing. Our first term report cards have gone home. That was somewhere in early November there, or about middle November. I have to say that our report cards were very well done. Very impressive. For K to 6, students are doing very well. For 7 to 12, I did up for our school council, last school council meeting, did up some statistics on that, and 80% of our students in 7 to 12 have honors, which is an 80% over average on that report card, and I think that's phenomenal. Are we happy with the way or where every student is to? We'll probably never be happy where everybody is to, because I'm sure that there are cases where some can do a little bit better. I mean, and while I said honors, I mean, not every student can obtain honors, and we got to realize that as well. So if students are performing at what they're capable of, doing the necessary studying, the necessary homework, preparing for their tests, then certainly we'll be very pleased with that. But again, you know, if you're not satisfied with probably where your child is to, you know, when there's tutoring in school that we have, Tutors for Tuition program, there's when you get into grade 7 and up, there's online tutoring through CDLI. It's all free. Tutors for Tuition is free. And the other thing is that our students can see our teachers. I mean, living in a small community where we don't live very far from our homes, I mean, our teachers are available after school for extra help if students take the time to certainly come see us for that. But again, I have to say that the reports, the data from that were very good. We also had our open house shortly after that. Most parents realize that we're involved, that this time open house is a little bit different. The school board has allowed us an opportunity once a year to use an afternoon of school time for open house. So we decided that we would use the first term reporting period, because that's the time when we see most of our parents. And to be honest, I have some data on that. We see 92% of our K to 6 parents. I think that's phenomenal, and we've seen 58% of our 7 to 12 parents. It's a little bit low. It's usually lower than K to 6. But you know, again, I encourage all of our parents to come out. I mean, some parents tell me that their child's doing fine. They don't want, you know, they don't see need to come in. But it's certainly nice to come in and see us, and even if your child is doing well. And the other thing is, especially in 7 to 12. I think it's a good idea to have your child with you. That's me personally, and I think a lot of our teachers would agree with that. If I'm chatting with a parent over an issue, or if it's, again, just to compliment the child on how well they're doing, it's nice to have the child there. Our next reporting period will go back to what it was in the past. So our next reporting period, now that gets split for K to 6 and 7 to 12. I think 7 to 12 will be somewhere in the middle of February. That one will go for 2 days, so it'll go 3 to 5 on most likely a Monday and a Tuesday. Again, as I said, the board gave us 1 day to use the afternoon. Next year, we'll kind of probably reevaluate where we're to. I can probably see it still going with the same thing, but if parents have any questions or concerns on that, by all means, let us know. And again, while it's 1 day, that Monday, the first reporting period, if parents are not able to make it and you still want to see us, please call the school. If you want to see one or more teachers, we will certainly set that up for you. So, if you can't make it on that particular date, you don't need to wait until February reporting period. You can do that at any time. If you want to see us as a group, 3 or 4, individually, whatever, we'll make arrangements for that. So there's no reason that parents should be going and saying that I could not get to see my child's teachers because it was 1 day or 2 days or whatnot. But like I said, we'll go from there, and we'll reevaluate it as the new year comes in. We've had our Christmas concert about a week and a half ago by the time this is aired. No offense to the Christmas concert in the past, but I have to say that I thought this one was one of the nicest ones I've seen. It was a job well done. All the students did a fabulous job. And a big thank you go out to Miss Rogers, our music teacher, to the K-6 teachers, and to all the students that took part. Again, I can't stress enough, it was a phenomenal job, and we certainly look forward to next year. Also, by the time this is aired, our awards night will have happened. So right now, actually the time this is going to air now, our awards night is tonight, so I won't say anything about the winners, but I will say that tonight we will be giving out about $6,225. And again, this is money that comes in from our businesses, organizations, and various individuals that are in Burgeo and outside of Burgeo. And all the money that comes in goes directly back to our students. So kind of as a before the awards night, congratulations to all of our students. And one thing I can say is that all of our students passed last year, every student in 7 to 12, and certainly that's our goal to start with. But again, as I said earlier, it's nice to see students getting doing as well as that they possibly can. On the money situation, I did a quick approximation yesterday, and since we're in Burgeo Academy, this is the 14th year, so really the 13th awards night for Burgeo Academy. Over $75,000 have been given out during that time, and that's a phenomenal amount of money. And again, same with the money tonight. All that money have been going right to our students, and it's very nice to see. And again, I can't stress enough a big thank you to those businesses, organizations, and individuals that give the money here. The only thing I'll mention now that's coming up certainly into the new year. First of all, school will start on Tuesday. I think it's January the 3rd, so Monday is an holiday. Don't show up to school on Monday. So Tuesday will be, I forget the day, I'm going to say day 5, but parents should have a calendar on that. Whatever day we end off on Wednesday, it'll follow the next day, and that will be the Tuesday, and as I said, January the 3rd. January 23rd, 27th is our midterm exam week, and this is mainly for our 10 to 12 students. As board policy for the past number of years, those students in 10 to 12 will not have classes that week, but will only be in school when they're writing exams. 7 to 9 exam it's a little different because it's done in the classroom. It doesn't necessarily have to be done that week. It could be done a little bit before, probably a little bit after that. Once we come back, students in 7 to 12, everyone in 7 to 12 will get the schedule for their exams, and we certainly wish students all the best on that. As I said at the beginning, I'm sure there's some things I've missed there, but I would just want to end off by saying certainly a Merry Christmas to everyone, and a Happy New Year, and hopefully that next time we'll do this a little sooner than what we did the last one. So again, enjoy the holidays, and I'm sure we'll be chatting again hopefully in January. Thank you.